Sorry, Commissioner. Yes, Lieutenant Glenn Moates will present the boating stats for this year, but I'm going to take this opportunity. I hate to interrupt, but I'd like to provide these comments. So after the brief comment from Colonel Moates' presentation on the boating stats, he's going to provide the stats today that's a snapshot of our officers' recent efforts to provide the boating safety. And I just want to say it's extremely important, very difficult to understand just how much energy and time our officers spend, not to mention the heat, they're dodging storms, and all the extended hours it takes for our officers' commitment to make our Tennessee waters safe and enjoyable. It's knowingly and it's with confidence that their dedication, their professionalism, and their commitment to our boaters, they are to be commended for their yeoman's work, as our previous chair Cannon would say. They did a yeoman's job and that they work hard. So I ask of you, if the opportunity to present yourself to meet one of our officers, a simple thank you from you would go a long ways, and that'd be awesome. Thank you.
Thank you, Darren. Thank you, Commissioner. Okay, I got it. I would like to highlight, like Darren indicated, the boating work that our wildlife officers and boating officers did during the recent holiday weekends. And as the Colonel indicated, our officers have done an excellent job this year in helping to provide a safe and enjoyable experience for Tennessee boaters. But before I get into the law enforcement part of this, I would like to remind you of the education and outreach work that we provide for Tennessee boaters. We feel like that we need three components to have an effective boating safety program. That'd be outreach, education, and law enforcement. And if we remove one of these from the strategy, we feel like we would diminish the overall effectiveness of the program. So I'd like to start out with our efforts on a program we call Wear It Tennessee, or the Wear It campaign. Wear It is a national outreach program that focuses on spreading the message of boating safety and the critical importance of always wearing a life jacket each time and every time on the water. We do this by taking the message to the water. And that's where the boaters are. And since we've started this program in 2008, we've distributed over 2,000 life jackets to Tennessee boaters. So if the boaters are willing to sign a pledge card and pledge that they will wear their life jacket each and every time on the water, we'll donate them a life jacket. So that's a very good outreach program that we have. Also on the education piece, since 2005, when the mandatory education program started, you can see we've certified nearly 60,000 safe boaters. We do this primarily through teaching classes, distributing materials, and through volunteers and public libraries who offer the exams. So I'll follow up now with our law enforcement efforts on the waterways. And I'll start out with our accident investigation efforts. And since TWRA is the sole agency responsible for recreational boating law enforcement, we're directly involved in boat accident investigation statewide. Our goal here is to determine accident causes and to determine if any laws have been violated that would have contributed to the accident. Year-to-date numbers, we've so far investigated 81 boating incidents, had 27 injuries and 8 boating fatalities. And I would like to point out that 3 of those boating fatalities were paddlecraft related. For the Memorial Day weekend this year, We had very low accident numbers. You can see 5 and only 1 injury. And also for the 4th weekend, even though it was really a 5-day event, Saturday, Friday through Tuesday, I only had 5 incidents with 4 injuries. So we were very pleased to have no fatalities boating related during that week. At this time, I'd like to digress just for a minute and mention a piece of equipment that we use in boat accident investigation. We have it's an ROV, which means it's an underwater vehicle. It's equipped with sonar, it's equipped with a camera. And for the last 5 years, we've been able to use that in accident investigation to really benefit families in helping recover their loved ones that have drowned, and also for recovering evidence from these incidents. So I just wanted to briefly mention that and say that sometime in the future, when you have some time in the agenda, we'd like to present another program about the use of that equipment and its benefits. For Memorial Day weekend, I'll just brief you on the stats that we had for that weekend. You can see we inspected almost 10,000 boats. I can't see good from here, so I'm going to look down here. Issued nearly 400 citations, almost 300 warnings, removed 16 impaired operators from the water, and provided assistance to 158 boaters. For the 4th weekend, like I said, it was a little bit longer weekend, so we had more work to do. Inspected over 10,000 boats, issued 353 citations, a little over 300 warnings. We removed 20 impaired operators from the public waterways and assisted nearly 500 boaters. Another national program that we participate in is called Operation Dry Water. It's a national boating under the influence, heightened awareness and enforcement campaign. And the goal is to remove impaired operators from the water and raise awareness through media campaigns and personal contacts of the dangers of boating under the influence. So we participated in it. This year it did coincide with the Independence Day weekend. And the reporting period was June 30th through July 2nd, or Friday through Sunday. And just during that period, you can see we issued 200 citations, 181 warnings, and removed 13 impaired boaters from the waterway and assisted 300 boaters. One thing I failed to point out a moment ago was in your package you should have a list of these efforts. And you can see I didn't highlight all the outreach that we do in boating on the slide, but you do have a document there that indicates what we've done so far this year in boating outreach. So I did want to point that out. I just wanted to give you a highlight of what happened in 2016. Total for the year of 2016, what kind of work we did on the water. We inspected 57,000 boats, almost 2,500 citations, nearly 2,000 warnings. We removed 127 impaired operators and assisted almost 1,500 boaters that needed our assistance. And that's all I have. You have any questions?
Questions,
Yes.
comments? The guys work hard. We're proud of what they do. They save lives, and I've been on the lake with just a regular day up at Pickwick, and I don't know why we don't have more people hurt with the number of boats and the jet skis and the this and that, but the guys do a great job. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, and again, a tremendous thank you to the men and women of the agency. It really is remarkable. Anybody who spent time on the water in a high-traffic day of the year, it's remarkable, the work that y'all do, so thank you very much. I definitely agree with Chairman Cox. So right before we go into the joint meeting of Fisheries and Wildlife to talk about the draft rule for threatened and endangered species, I'm reminded of, everybody's had a very busy summer, and Commissioner McLaren, I'm actually going to pick on you for just a second. We've all got kids who are doing amazing things, and grandkids that are doing amazing things, but his daughter was a national finalist in SCTP this year, and I'd love for you to talk a little bit about, I believe it was a silver medal, the nationals. Y'all have had a wild summer so far, but to place nationally is a really big deal, and I'd love for you to share that.
Okay, we went out to Colorado Springs in the Junior Olympics, and she took the silver medal in her age division. And that was on the international trap. Then we went to Ohio this past week, and she took second place again at the SCTP in the trap event in her division. She shot 195 out of 200 targets. And,
Pretty impressive.
They kept us
Congratulations.
busy there, and they're both shooting archery. And we've gone to Metropolis, Illinois. Went to the Kentucky State Shoot last week while I was in Ohio. The other daughter was in Kentucky. And Sunday we're going to the Tennessee State Archery Shoot.
It's really exciting. Well, congratulations. That's a very exciting thing and a real tribute to the programs that are here in Tennessee. And obviously, there's a national impact as well. So that's great. Do you have a comment, sir? Yeah, I agree. Mom's probably figured out how to ensure they shoot like a girl, right? Excellent. Well, I really appreciate that. I just wanted to, every time I see Brian on social media, one of his rock star kids are doing something fun in the outdoors, as many of you all are posting as well. I thought that was something to celebrate, and it's also a great tribute to the work that's happening in state to build the youth program, and I think it really benefits us all. We'll go now into joint meeting, and if I could ask Commissioner Cook to sort of lead the conversation. In many ways, this is for your information and education. Traditionally, on rules that come before the commission, the agency will draft the rule, file the rule. It comes to us, bypasses the committee system, and it's sort of an up or down vote that can't be amended without kind of rewinding the clock or resetting the clock and starting over. The previous commission had a conversation about this issue. A variety of members had questions, and so we thought it would be appropriate for us to, preceding the filing of the rule, have an opportunity for, because this issue touches two different committees, but also it's an issue that all of the members of the commission are going to be interested in. Thought we would take this as a learning opportunity, and with that, I'd love to defer to the committee